What's up, Night Owl? Steely here, back with another video, and today I'm going to be going over my favorite of the 10 towns, Dougan's Hole. Dougan's Hole is the smallest and most insular of the 10 towns. The residents don't like visitors. As a matter of fact, inbreeding has dwindled their numbers and has caused physical deformities among the residents of Dougan's Hole. So you guessed it. Hills have eyes, deliverance. This place is hillbilly central. This town's miserable stat block is a friendliness rating of 1, comfort 1, services 1, population of 50. They can muster up 12 soldiers and a veteran. Their heraldry is a pillar with 2 fish at the bottom of it, creating an X shape. And their sacrifice to the Frostmaiden is warmth. Now, I'll admit to fluffing this town up quite a bit when I ran it, but they really don't give you much information, and I just had so many ideas with this backwater town. There's only one key NPC in this town, and that's the speaker, Edgar Dermot, and there's only one key location in this town, and that's the 20 Stones of Thrune, and I'll go over those in a second. Edgar is a neutral female human with the Scout stat block, and it says that she was a trapper for a time, but she's getting up on in the ages, and she rarely attends the Council of Speakers. That's the meeting where all the town speakers get together and meet. She rarely attends that, which isn't surprising given the context of the town. I personally had the most fun setting the atmosphere of this town. Those dueling banjos off in the distance as the party's walking through the town. Whenever they're talking to one of the villagers, they smile through these jagged teeth and you can actually smell them. It actually got to the point where the party was wondering whether or not they should even bother saving this town. And that leads to some very interesting roleplay because I didn't make this town particularly mean, even though they do have a friendliness rating of 1. I took it in a different direction. I made them more eerie and uncomfortable to be around just because of how different they are. And that situation really got the party thinking. There's no tavern in this town, so maybe have an NPC that's off to the side brewing his own moonshine in a bathtub. There's no inn, so maybe have one of the NPCs offer these poor city folk a place to stay in their shed. If you couldn't tell, I probably had too much fun running this town, but that's kind of the point, isn't it? Have fun when you run the game and when you come up with all these ideas. And feel free to take any of those, change them, make it yours, however you want to do it. This town has so much potential for being just so alien to the party compared to the rest of 10 towns. And speaking of alien, let's talk about those Stones of Thrune. There are 19 stones in a triangular shape with a single stone in the center, making the 20th stone. 20 Stones of Thrune. They've been here since the town got here. Nobody knows where they came from. I even did some research trying to look up, maybe they had something to go on. No, this is completely up in the air, completely up to you. I would personally have maybe some kind of chained up spirit or maybe a deity that's being held there. It doesn't really matter because it probably won't come up in your game. If you have some kind of side quest idea, you can throw that in there. But I'm on the fence about what to do with these stones. I haven't quite decided yet. But there's plenty of possibilities there. And the book doesn't give you anything, so you got to kind of just fill it in yourself or ignore it completely. Just put them there as something for the party to look at and go, oh, what's that? You don't know. Neither does the town. If you can try to tie in a character's backstory, which it's actually easier than you think. Given there's so much mystery around these stones, you can fill in those blanks however you want. This could be just a group of druids set up stones like Stonehenge or anything like that. It's just a bunch of stones at the moment, but all that mystery can be filled in by you, and a character's backstory is a perfect spot to just kind of fill something in. There's other options. And that's it. That's it for Dougan's Hole. Sorry it was a short one today, but there's really not much to this town, and that's kind of the point of it. There's a lot to expand on. And keep in mind, this is a town that is struggling. It's on its way out the door, and it really doesn't help that there's this endless winter going on. These people were already hanging on before the Frostmaiden showed up. So definitely emphasize that if you want. Definitely watch The Hills Have Eyes, watch Deliverance, get some inspiration from those backwater hillbilly type characters and put those in here in your game if you want. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you know how YouTube works. Hit those buttons, leave a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite of the 10 towns is, or rather, which of the 10 towns you want to see done next. And if you're a DM looking for players looking for a DM, make sure you join the Discord, link in the description. Come by, ask questions, let me know what you think. And as always, I'll see you at sundown.